video, we are going to be unpacking how to take your power back from 3D circumstances and be the solution to the problems, the circumstances that you're facing externally. Stay tuned.
Hey lovelies, welcome back to the Manifestation Sisters community. My name is Leah.
My name is Tia.
Here on this channel we are helping you to master your mind and manifest all of your desires. If you would like to work with myself or Tia on one-on-one to help you go to your next level, or you can check out any of our digital products, the link is in the description box down below, and let's jump into the video.
In the moments of you creating the life that you want, there are ultimately circumstances that result in you expecting the worst case scenario. What we refer to this as is disempowered thinking. There are moments where you will react with the worst case scenario and perpetuate a story, spiral in that circumstance, and essentially orchestrate the worst possible outcome of you getting what it is that you want. We're going to now stop you doing that. It's a shift in your identity of expecting the best case scenario for yourself and expecting the worst, and how if you start dominantly shifting your awareness into the best case scenario, there will be ripple effects that happen in your reality. Ultimately, this shift is recognizing that you are the solution to your problems. And every time we say, we know that you know your thoughts are creating your reality. And every time that we say everything you are wanting externally, give to yourself internally, this is a true representation of doing that.
You know, this is how we start to get into that empowered state. So like Tia said, like we're going from the disempowered of worst case scenario and we're going to the empowered of best case scenario. And I've had it with clients recently where they've come to me and they've asked me a question, because in our one-on-one coaching we give WhatsApp support and our clients are able to ask us questions. And I had it a couple of times this week with clients where they're like, so this has happened, or I've seen this, and I'm like, okay, let's just pause for a second. Why have we jumped to literally the worst case scenario? And we always say in all of our videos, or most of our videos, that you are the one assigning the meaning. So you have a conscious choice in that moment to decide the story you want to tell yourself based on what you've seen, because in that moment you've given your power away and you've forgotten that you're the creator of your reality, right? For example, you've seen a story of SP and they're out doing something and instantly you've jumped to, oh my god, are they with a third party? Like, what if there's someone else? Oh my god, what if they don't want me anymore? And it's like, hold up for a second, guys. Like, you don't even know what's going on. You're the one that gets to decide what the meaning is. They're just out with friends or doing whatever. They're thinking about you the whole time. Like, why are we jumping instantly to worst case scenario? Oh my god, like, and in this moment, you're not thinking that you're the ultimate here. You're irreplaceable. You're amazing. You're incredible. Of course, like, your SP's just out having fun and they're thinking of you the whole time because you're the only woman for them. Like, you have a choice in that moment whether you're going to best case scenario or worst case scenario.
Exactly, because ultimately when you are orchestrating the worst case scenario in them moments, and I always say how you do some things is like most likely how you do everything. Your thoughts on autopilot are the same from yesterday. So if you are orchestrating the worst case scenario, thinking the worst case scenario in your mind about a small element of your life, you're most likely doing that in other areas. And when we look at the conscious awareness of that, when I sit down with my clients and we go into their meanings and the assumptions that they're assigning different areas of their life, it's nothing works out for me. I don't get what it is that I want. I'm not chosen. They're gonna go away and not choose me again. There's someone else. And it's like this ripple effect that you've essentially programmed yourself into because you're not being conscious of when you are shifting into a disempowered state. Like Leah said, when you are giving your power away. So the key here is to, one, have the conscious awareness of when you are shifting into a disempowered state and giving your power away. But two, knowing how to shift back into your creator's seat. Knowing how to shift back into your empowered state. That's what we call it. So you know, you have that conscious awareness. Once you've done that, in that moment, that enables you to bring your awareness, your thinking, your assumptions back into that which you do want to experience. And this is how easy it can be, guys. We don't have to think the thoughts that we're thinking. We don't have to perpetuate a story that doesn't serve us if we don't want to. A pattern of thought can't exist without your consent, can't exist without you choosing to go down that spiral of thinking them negative thoughts. So if them thoughts aren't in alignment with the life that you want to create, if you thinking that SV isn't choosing you and there's another third party and they're ignoring your messages, isn't in alignment with the life that you want to experience, that is the shift there that needs to take place in order for you to think something different and therefore experience the reality that you want.
Exactly, because we have to start thinking differently and directing our mind in a different place. And how we start to do this is bringing our awareness to when we want to go down this rabbit hole again. So if you notice yourself being very triggered by SP's behaviour or seeing something, you have a choice to what you want to identify and the meanings you want to assign to the things. So when you notice yourself doing that, it is a pattern disrupt to say, oh, I'm doing this thing again, I notice I'm not feeling good. You can let your feelings be your indication, because that's going to let you know that what you're thinking about what you're about to do from that emotional state is not the right choice, because it doesn't feel good, right? So if I'm feeling that way and I'm thinking these things and it's bringing up these emotions to me because my thoughts are creating my feelings, and I want to go back to that old identity, that old version of me that thinks in that disempowered state and that worst case scenario, I have a conscious choice about, no, I'm not doing this right now, not today. I'm the one in control here. I'm the one that's calling the shots. I'm the one deciding the stories. I'm the one deciding best case scenario to be in my more empowered state and the meanings I'm assigning to things. Absolutely not. This is what's going on. This is the truth. This is who I am. This is how I'm now identifying. And it's that conscious practice on a moment-to-moment basis. And the more you do that, it gets easier for you to start identifying in that more empowered state.
Exactly. And if you're thinking in the moments, I don't actually know what to affirm to shift into that new empowered state, it can just be, what is it I do want in this experience? And then you go in and affirm your affirmations, which essentially directly correlate to that identity or that which you want. And if you don't know how to shift your mental diet or the self-talk around that, we have our affirmation bundles that are designed to do exactly that. But yeah, it's just having the conscious awareness of, okay, I'm going down the spiral of disempowerment. Okay, in this moment, what is it I do want? SP is not choosing me. I think there's someone else. I'm not a priority. Okay, what is my truth here? There's no one else but me. I am the chosen one. I am always the number one priority. That is your self-concept. That is your truth. That is what you're choosing now for yourself, instead of re-identifying with that old disempowered state. Old man. And that's all the shift that needs to take place. That's the conscious awareness that needs to take place. As you gradually start doing this on a repetitive, unconscious basis, like the previous video, discipline, then you will program out that old self and you will start to disassociate simultaneously from that version of you that goes looking, snooping, and re-identifying with, I'm not chosen, I'm not enough, I'm not priority. It's the practice. It's the practice of your choice. It's the practice of your decision. It's the practice of who I want to be, and then choosing to point yourself in that direction.
Exactly, because the most confident and secure version of you that feels chosen, prioritised, loved, wanted in their love life isn't gauging in things like that. You're going to see that stuff and you're not going to think worst case scenario because you're in a happy, healthy, loving relationship. Do you want to get to that point where even if you are seeing that stuff, no, you go in, like Tia said, what's the story that you prefer, and then you go about your day. Okay, because that's what the confident, secure version of you is going to do. You're not going to continuously perpetuate these limiting stories, because we're dying. The old man has to die out. And that's the old version of you. You have to die to the old man, right? That old identity, that old version of you who would react that way. No, who would the most confident, secure version of myself, who knows they're chosen in a love life, respond? How would they handle this situation? What thoughts would they think if they are, seeing things that they don't like? Or you're not going to jump to worst case scenario in that position, are you? You're going to go to something different.
And that's what it's about, guys. Make your life easier. It doesn't have to be hard. You don't have to keep identifying with that old self. You have a choice, and once you recognize that, you return back to your power. So, wrapping this video up, be conscious of when you are returning back to the disempowered state, and when can you bring your conscious awareness to returning back to your empowered state, the conscious creator state, the state you are choosing for yourself and the truth that you are choosing to experience. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for the love and support, because we really appreciate you. We're growing so much. And thank you for subscribing to our channel, because the Manifestation Sisters community is growing so quickly. With that being said, guys, we're going to wrap up the video here, and we'll see you in the next one.